I'd like to call the meeting of the Quincy City Council for Monday, January 24th, 2022. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Andronico.
Present.
Councilor Kane. Councilor DeBona.
Present.
Councilor Harris. Councilor Mahoney.
Present.
Councilor McCarthy. Councilor Palmucci. Councilor Phelan.
Present.
President Liang. Sorry, excuse me.
Present. No worries.
I'll have to fix that. 5 members.
5 members. We got a quorum. If all of you could put your things on mute and have a moment of silence for all the U.S. military abroad. I just have to unmute Councilor Harris, I believe, is on. Is there anybody else that did not do a roll call?
I'm on also, President
There you
DeBona.
go. Councilor McCarthy as well.
Councilor McCarthy as well.
Present. Bill Harris is present.
Councilor Harris as well. Madam Clerk, could you please read the open meeting law?
Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. In accordance to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021 signed by Governor Charles D. Baker, June 16, 2021, extending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general laws, Chapter 30A, 20, the Quincy City Council will be convening via remote conferencing services that will be live streamed and air on Quincy Access Television, our QATV channel, QATV 9 Government Access. Madam Clerk, if you put the first item on the agenda.
Yes, Mr. President, 2022-007 in order for Wollaston Center Urban Redevelopment Plan.
I'd like to make a motion to move that to ordinance and community engagement, please.
I have a motion
Second.
from Councilor Liang, seconded by Councilor McCarthy, is that?
Yes, sir.
Any discussion on the motion? So this is going to be, we got a motion by Councilor Liang, we got a second by Councilor McCarthy, and refer to Ordinance Committee and advertise. Is that as well? Councilor Liang?
Yes, please. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have all in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda.
Number 2, 2022-008, an ordinance amending Chapter 375 of the zoning, 4.1, table of dimensions requirements, and 10.0 definitions, adding lot coverage.
Motion, Mr. President, to move that also into ordinance. It's being reintroduced.
Okay. Councilor McCarthy has anyone on a second?
Second.
Do we have a second? Councilor Harris seconded. So a motion made by Councilor McCarthy and seconded by Councilor Harris. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. That is a vote. Next item on the agenda.
Number 3, 2022-009, an ordinance amending zoning classification to residential portions of Ward 1.
Mr. President, motion to move that into ordinance also.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion made by Councilor McCarthy and seconded by Councilor Harris to refer this to the Ordinance Committee and as well as to be advertised. Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, Mr. President, if I could.
If
Just
someone-
real quick, it reads portions of Ward 1. I've been looking at other sections of other wards and want to, make sure I talk to all the councilors about what we're trying to do. So it might change a little bit, but it's definitely a plus in regards to protecting residents A. So with that, thank you for letting me move it into ordinance committee.
Thank you, Councilor McCarthy. Any other discussion on the motion? Before we refer this and vote on this, I just want to say to all the other ward councilors, this is a good thing that Councilor McCarthy is doing with a little bit of this portions of Ward 1. If any of the ward councilors are looking to introduce any of these type of reclassifications of amending any zoning changes, feel free to put these in the future. Seeing that and nobody else is on the discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That is a vote. Next item on the agenda.
Next is number 4, 2022-010, a gift for $10,000 from Copeland Family Foundation, Inc. to DARE.
Make a motion to pass?
Second.
I got a motion from Councilor Phelan and a second by Councilor McCarthy to pass this. Do we also want to give a letter as well, thanking?
Letter of thanks.
We could. Letter of thank you. This will require a roll call. Madam Clerk?
Counselor Andronico.
Yes.
Counselor Kane.
Yes.
Counselor Harris.
Yes.
Counselor Liang.
Yes.
Counselor Mahoney.
yes,
Counselor McCarthy.
Yes.
Counselor Phelan.
Yes.
President DeBona.
Yes.
7 members.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda,
Excuse me.
Madam Clerk?
Number 5, 2022-011, a gift for $750 from the Sons of Italy, Quincy Lodge, 1295 Inc. to the Veteran Services.
Motion to
Motion to
approve.
accept.
We got a motion by Councilor Harris and seconded by Councilor McCarthy. Also, if we could write a letter thanking them. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, if Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Counselor Andronico.
Yes.
Counselor Kane.
Yes.
Counselor Harris.
Yes.
Counselor Liang.
Yes.
Counselor Mahoney.
yes,
Counselor McCarthy.
Yes.
Counselor Phelan.
Yes.
President DeBona.
Yes.
7 members. It passes.
Thank you. That is a vote. Next item on the agenda, Madam Clerk.
2022-012, a gift for $1,205 from various donors to Veteran Services in memory of Joe Brill.
Motion to accept.
Second.
Motion made by Councilor McCarthy, seconded by Councilor Phelan. If we can also send a letter thanking them as well. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Counselor Andronico.
Yes.
Counselor Kane.
Yes.
Counselor Harris.
Yes.
Counselor Liang.
Yes.
Counselor Mahoney.
yes,
Counselor McCarthy.
Yes.
Counselor Phelan.
Yes.
President DeBona.
Yes,
7 members.
that is a vote. Next item on the agenda, Madam Clerk.
7, 2022-013, a resolve, City Council seeking funding for the Department of Social Justice and Equity.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion made by Councilor Harris. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Phelan.
And on the motion?
Feel free to speak, Councilor Harris. Go right ahead.
Thank you very much, folks. Sorry, long day at work, but folks, the whole body voted on this, and I believe it was and Madam Clerk, maybe you can help me with that. This was a unanimous vote that this would happen. We asked the administration if this could happen, and with that, I realized when one of my constituents said to me, Councilor Harris, your silence was deafening, because you know what? I did vote yes, but I never spoke on it, and I should have, and I am tonight. I want to applaud all the council members that voted for it back. I don't have the date, and I want to thank Council Palmucci and Council Mahoney, who co-sponsored Councilor Palmucci's resolution. And Councilor Palmucci, I hope he's doing great. He's doing better. He's not with us tonight, but I want to make a point, and my point is that five of us have been on. Five of us, I believe it is. Five of us have been on. This is our fourth term, and four of you have a little bit more time than me, but we have been around with voting for things the administration has brought in front of us, great things. I will not deny that I have always said that the vision of our city is the vision of our city, and what it has turned into is extraordinary. We put our trust in our mayor. I have the utmost respect for our mayor. I believe that his vision, I've said it many times, I've said it publicly, what has been done for this city and its transformation is incredible, and it makes news. It makes all the channels, all the news channels. But I'd like to say that the fact that we have voted for all this throughout this, there's a lot of things that we had to vote on, and we put our trust in with the mayor. And I believe that the mayor should, and I hope he's listening. I would hope that he would come back and understand what we voted for and put his trust in us, that what we're looking to have happen can take place. You know, Quincy isn't a great city because of brick and mortar. It's not about bricks. It's not about buildings. It's really about the city that we are, and it's the people. And we need to assure that the people, all the people of Quincy, will be able to have the chance and the right to be able to enjoy quality of life. And that's what it's about. And this, what we put in front of the mayor, and I hope that he would rethink his thought process on this. My silence, I apologize for that to the folks out there that are hoping that this would take place and happen. Maybe if I spoke up, I don't know. But I'm speaking up tonight. It's about the people. People make a great city, not restaurants, not buildings, not apartments, not beautiful parks. It's about the people. And this what's in front of us is about the people. So I want to thank you, Mr. President, and thank my colleagues who we've asked for this, and I hope that this can take place, because I trust in our mayor. I think he's a man of great character and strong values, and I think that this would be a good thing. And thank you for indulging me tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Harris. Any other discussion on the motion? Councilor Liang. And then Councilor Mahoney.
Thank you. I saw Councilor Mahoney's hand go up first. I can defer to her first.
Sounds good. Councilor Mahoney.
That would have been fine. Councilor Yang, I would have been happy for you to go ahead of me. I just wanted to mention that we did see a lot of social unrest in the schools, and the students that came out and spoke eloquently and stood up eloquently for what was happening within the schools. We do have some real issues that are happening here in Quincy, and when we look at it at a global sphere, you know, there's things happening throughout our whole country, but we do have issues right here in our own city, and we want to make sure people feel safe, welcomed, and heard in our city. When we did have the ordinance meeting in regards to this, 100 people came out and spoke about the challenges that they're feeling and they're experiencing here in Quincy. And this is truly a representative position to make sure that, you know, we're looking at things and we're hearing people and we're addressing the issues that are happening here in Quincy, that we're hiring people. We're hiring people and matching people who live here in our city to make sure that we're representing our city and representing our students all the way to our seniors, because it's all of us who make up the community. And I thank you, Councilor Harris, for your words were, but I just wanted to make sure we mention that. I applaud the fact that the mayor, who is the head of the Quincy Public Schools, is recognizing this as a need in the schools, and I'm hoping that he will follow suit and do the same thing and represent the city council and all of the other people who live here in the city, because it's not just the students, it's all of the people who live here who represent our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilor Mahoney. Councilor Liang.
Thank you. I just want to, first of all, thank Councilor Palmucci, Councilor Harris, and Councilor Mahoney for continuing this conversation, for bringing it forward and making sure that it continues to be a priority of many priorities that we discuss here, but really for them to make sure that this is at the forefront of our conversations is something that I'm not just professionally, but personally very grateful for. So I wanted to extend my gratitude that way. But I just want to also share that for me, you know, I will be supporting this. I do think that, you know, having a focused priority around social justice is important, right? And I understand that the term DEI and diversity, equity, inclusion, all of that has been politicized. But if you really look at the work that is being requested within this kind of a request, I really think it comes back to social justice work, right? And making sure that all people feel as though they are given, you know, equitable opportunities in whatever venture they're seeking in this city that they call home. And I think it's a yes and situation. And that's something that I've, you know, worn as a lens in approaching this conversation. And I just like to put that out there for folks to think about as well when, you know, listening to our conversations, but also if they're having these conversations themselves, it's a yes and, right? And Councilor Harris mentioned this. We've had incredible growth in this city. We've had amazing things happen in this city, and we can continue to do more, right? We've had, you know, this conversation come up, and we'd love to have this department. And we do still have work going on in the meantime that is being done to move the needle forward, right? And I do want to recognize our colleague, Councilor Kane, who's been working the past few months, you know, every month with a number of residents and trying to move the conversation forward on this. I want to recognize, you know, Melissa Pond and Jim Fatsis in the planning department who've been working for the past year to create actual language access amongst a number of our departments across the city who are now working to provide direct translation services, ADA compliance, having, you know, bringing Braille into our buildings and translating our documents, right? Like that work is being done. And to Councilor Mahoney's point, you know, we're now on the hunt for a DEI person for the school system. So again, it's a yes and, right? Yes, we need these things and we can do better. And so I just want to, first of all, again, applaud my colleagues who are doing work on moving this particular issue forward. I want to applaud those who are already doing work behind the scenes and moving this initiative forward. And I think we continue to do more. So thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to make sure to share the sort of yes and sort of thought process around this work.
Thank you, Councilor Liang. Any other discussion? So we have a motion, we had seconded, and we're also going to refer this to the oversight and just the oversight committee. Is that correct? As well as finance, because is that what you want referred to?
Yes,
Finance and oversight committees?
if that's what it takes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Andronico,
Yes.
Counselor Kane,
Present?
Counselor Liang,
Yes.
Counselor Harris,
Yes.
Counselor Mahoney,
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy,
No.
Counselor Phelan,
Yes.
President DeBona.
Yes.
7 members.
7. What was it 6-1? The present vote?
1 present.
Okay. That is a vote. Next item on the agenda.
Number 8, 2022-014, resolve for the Quincy City Council requesting an update on the progress and future plans on the urban revitalization development plan for Quincy Center.
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Councilor Liang. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Phelan. Any discussion on the motion?
Yes, Councilor DeBona, I apologize. Can we actually, I'd like to make a motion to approve, but also move that to, let's move that to oversight and community engagement, please.
Okay. You made the motion. Councilor Phelan made the second. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Andronico,
Yes.
Counselor Kane,
Yes.
Counselor Harris,
Yes.
Counselor Liang,
Yes.
Counselor Mahoney,
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy,
Yes.
Counselor Phelan,
Yes.
President DeBona.
Yes.
8 members.
Motion passes. Next item on the agenda.
Next item is number 9, 2022-015, a resolve for the City Council seeking outside legal counsel funding.
So I'm just going to make a motion to approve. This was introduced. This is being reintroduced in regards to outside legal counsel with the URDP happening in downtown. We no longer have solicitor. We no longer have Attorney Shea representing the council, and this is more broad in regards to other things that have been coming before the council as well. So I'd like to make a motion to approve.
A motion made by Councilor Mahoney. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilor Liang. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Andronico,
Yes.
Counselor Kane,
Present?
Counselor Harris, Counselor Liang,
Yes.
Counselor Mahoney,
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy,
Yes.
Counselor Phelan,
Yes.
President DeBona.
Yes.
7 members.
Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, Madam Clerk.
That is all the items on the agenda this evening.
Thank you. We have number 7.
My
approval.
apologies. I'm sorry, President DeBona. I was struggling to, unfortunately,
No
I'm
problem.
working. My laptop had died
That's okay.
earlier today, so I'm working off of my phone. So I want to make sure that my vote of yes on that last vote is in.
Thank you. 8 members.
Thank you, Councilor Harris. We have approval of previous meeting minutes. December 13th, 2021.
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Council Yang. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Council Phelan. All those in favor?
Aye.
We also have previous meeting minutes for January 3rd of 2022. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Council Phelan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is communication and reports from the mayor, other city officers, and city boards. City clerk, do you have any?
Yes, I do. Thank you. I do have 4 utility requests to refer to the Public Works Committee for schedule and advertising. Grant a location for both National Grid Gas and Mass Electric for Russell Park at 1170 to 1200 block of Hancock Street. A grant of location for Mass Electric Verizon at 35 Arnold Street, and a grant of location for Mass Electric on East Howard Street at 484 Quincy Ave.
Does it go through the Public Works Committee, or are we taking a vote now, or we have a motion to approve?
They go to Public Works Committee for scheduling and advertising.
Okay.
I would motion it to the Public Works Committee for scheduling and advertising.
Councilor Phelan has the motion.
I'll second it. Thank you.
Seconded by Councilor Harris to revert to Public Works.
Thank you, Council Phelan.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Goes to Public Works Committee. Any other items on there, City Clerk?
No, sir.
Any other communications from the rest of the members before we move on? Seeing none. Number 9, unfinished business and preceding meeting. Seeing none. On to the next. Reports of committees. Seeing none. Presentation of petitions, memorials, and remonstrance. Councilors, anyone? I recognize Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm home tonight, so I'm silent and running deep here.
That's okay. I fully understand.
More than one person on the screen. This is just a announcement, reminder. Quincy High School is having a basketball fundraiser for Priscilla Bonica, the young girl who has brain cancer. It's on the 29th, which is this Saturday at the Quincy High Gym. It starts in the afternoon. I have a flyer here that I'm going to get and put on the city's website and try to get it out to you folks. But they've had a real hard time, and she's a 3-sport athlete, a tremendous student, tremendous family down there, and it's a shame, but she's fighting through it, and it starts probably about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they got a couple of games, and they're trying to raise some money for her. So all the cash only, and all proceeds go directly to the family. So this Saturday, maybe you can spread the word, and we can help the Bonica family. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor McCarthy. Councilor Andronico.
Thank you, President DeBona. Just a quick announcement I wanted to bring the public's attention to. As I'm sure many of you have seen over the past week, some difficult news broke about your former colleague, Ward 2 Councilor Brad Kroll. And for those who hadn't seen, Brad has been battling stage 4 kidney failure since this past Easter and is in need of a new kidney. Brad's wife, Laurie, signed up for what's known as a donor swap because she doesn't share the same blood type as Brad. And effectively, Laurie would donate her kidney to a recipient with type B blood, while Brad would receive a kidney from a person with type O blood. With that said, if there's anyone out there who might be a match and wants to learn more about the process of donating a kidney or about the kidney swap to potentially help Brad and the Kroll family, if you could send an email over to quinzykidney@gmail.com. Again, that's quinzykidney@gmail.com. And I know Brad prefers to avoid the limelight and do things behind the scenes, usually a very private person, but I felt it was important just to help spread the word here and let him know and his family know that we're thinking of them and we're keeping them in our thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Andronico. Any other councilors? Moving on to motions, orders, and resolutions. Quiet tonight. No? Okay. Scheduling of committee meetings and public hearings. Do we have any, folks? Councilors? Just to let all the folks know, fellow councilors and everyone else, we'll be reconvening on Monday, February 7th, and then we'll have a back-to-back week on February 14th. So we'll have a 7th and the 14th of February, and then in March, we'll go March 7th and March 21st. All 4 meetings will be on Monday nights at 6:30, considering that we continue to do it here on Zoom. That seems to be the end of the agenda. So if we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn of Councilor Liang. Seconded by Councilor Andronico. The meeting is now adjourned. Have a good night, everyone.